Welcome. If you just join us, you on top of the Good Morning Naija show today. And we tell you say today now World Sight Day, and we don't get one Ogbonge doctor inside the building. He day under the Sight Rescue Initiative in the follow represent that organization. And today we go talk about everything we concern eye, sight, what you go do, how your eye they work. Please help us to welcome Dr. Akinfe into the building. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good morning. All right, make we even understand now, because we know say for Nigeria when it comes to medical care and anything that even pertains to the eye, people know they even to see them as anything serious or anything to bother themselves about. You feel say that belief on the change?
Well, like I've said in a forum like this, that eye care is a serious issue to the individual, to the family, to the community, and to the government and even corporate organization. Because the challenges in eye care from the national, even if we start globally, out of the population worldwide of 7.3 billion, about 35 million people have been recorded to be legally blind. Wow. And another 215 million have visually impaired. And we have a burden of over almost 250 million individuals worldwide, in which Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa constitute a large chunk of this problem. Come home to Nigeria, which a national survey was done between 2005 and 2007. About 1.3 million are legally blind, and the blindness is in all the geopolitical zone. And most of this blindness, over 80% of them, they are avoidable. Cataract is the leading cause of blindness in this country, and it's treatable. And other causes of blindness, glaucoma is there. And there's another one that this particular year, World Sight Day is focusing on those that are diabetic. Because diabetes affects virtually every part of the body, including the eyesight. But that is part that most people even neglect. So we advise that people should take, although they're taking their health issues seriously, but they should also take their eye care seriously.
Eye care. You know, when it comes to Nigeria and our eye care, a lot of people don't even understand specialization. They don't know, say, oh, this doctor, they do this one. They just know, say, doctor and doctor. What do you think, say, be the cause? Is it ignorance, or there is not enough awareness from practitioners of I know a lot of people, still they patronize Lagos Island for their eye care. And you go see these people that are not trained, but they give people glasses, that they do tests, and you go wonder, say, is it that you guys don't enlighten people enough, or una too cost? Because some people, you know, say Nigeria, they have many reasons where they made them go patronize quacks. Is it that una today cost, not your money too much, or una no they enough, or una no they accessible, or una no create awareness? Why would they get that issue where?
The challenge is multifactorial. If we look at the kind of most Nigerians, the way people want to cut corners, like they want to patronize the people, the side roads, traditional attendants. People go as far as putting traditional eye medications in their eye, and even learning people. And we advise that even though there's insufficient eye care personnel at all levels, maybe from the doctor, the optometrist, because of brain drain abroad of some of these specialists, but there's still a large chunk are still on ground, and that they are in the teaching hospital, in the general hospital, and in private hospital. We also advise that even they have eye issue, even when they see their GP, they can ask their GP to refer them to the appropriate eye ophthalmologist, who will check their eye. And people should take their eye care seriously. At least should check their eyes at least once in a year. If you're above 40, you should do a general checkup, know your sugar level, to know that you're not diabetic. You should go into an eye hospital to check your eye pressures, check your vision, check your glasses. And it's better to get the appropriate lens than to patronize quacks.
You know, when you said that this year that the World Sight Day, they are focusing on diabetic blindness or issues. So if people with that, what are the symptoms? What thing that they need to notice? Because a lot of people know they too know what symptoms be. or na those things that you need to create awareness that, okay, if you get diabetic, wetin be those things where you need to, I know a lot of people wey don dey blind from diabetes, they don't get many issues and symptoms and other things that we know they good. But how they go feel notice say something they go wrong, especially their eye?
Very good. The theme of this year itself is to make vision count. That people should check, make sure that they maximize, they can see very well, they check, go for their routine checkups. And for the diabetics, mellitus patients, some of the complaints they normally have is, it depends on if they present early. They might even, the eye might even see very well in the early cases. It's only from examination of the eye that we now discover that they have features resulting from diabetes. And some of them that present with consequences of not properly managing their blood sugars. Some may present with features of glaucoma. Some may present with cataracts, diabetic cataract. And some may present with features that affect the nerves, that a form of diabetic retinopathy. And this retinopathy, if not well managed, it could result, there are two types. The one that we call it proliferative and non-proliferative. The proliferative is the terrible one that can affect the vision. That is, false weak vessels grow at the back of the eye, and they can bleed, and they can make the individual go blind. So that we advocate that if you are diabetic, you should visit an eye hospital, see an ophthalmologist, let them examine the back of your eyes. And if they see all these features, there are things they can do, they can actually prevent blindness. Now,
you talk, say, 80% of this situation, the statistics we give, they're very avoidable. But I know, say, you also mentioned something about legally blind and visually impaired. What be the difference? Because for some people, they feel, say, blind. If I know they say, I know they see, which one be partially or visually?
Legally blind is when there are some parameters medically that we normally use. That when somebody cannot see above there's what we call a visual acuity. That's what a normal person can see normally at 60 meters. That person cannot even see at 3 meters.
Wow, so they need all those their eyeglass.
Yes, and then when they have a visual field, that is how wide one can see. When that one is becoming so narrow that is less than 10 degrees, you can say that that person is legally blind. But those that are visually impaired, the commonest cause of visually impaired in this part of the world is those that have refractive error. That is, that need glasses, whether you are short-sighted or long-sighted. About 77% from the statistics of the National Survey reveal that 7% of people that are visually impaired just need a pair of glasses.
Just to correct it.
Just to correct it. Especially all the school children.
Yes.
That is where this awareness.
Now, a lot of parents always fear because if they carry their picking go eye doctor, so the eye doctor will recommend when they start to use glasses. They'll say, at this young age, 10-year-old picking, it's an African belief, say they are too young to start using glasses. You feel say a lot of the parents, they get the right impression about that kind of myth, or is it a fact?
It's not a myth. We advise that once a child complains that cannot see the board, especially that's the complaint, or the teacher will write a note telling them that if they feel that their child can't see very well, they should take that child to the eye hospital so they can thoroughly examine that child and see if he needs their glasses. Glasses is not that it's not something stigmatizing. If you correct the child's sight, the child will see the board well, and the child will do well in his or her academics. So we advise that they should. It's not a myth that if a child cannot see, that how can the child start using glasses? If the child needs glasses to function well, let them allow the child.
Let's look at maybe government policies and the education of our medical practitioners, especially people where they in the eye sector. Do you think we have enough training facilities in Nigeria? Because I don't see a lot of innovations abroad where they don't carry eye care to another level. How is our own situation in the country? Because I know, say, a lot of you where they practice this, but the way they do this specialization, now they need special, unique trainings. Exactly. Do we have those kind of opportunities in Nigeria? And aside that, a lot of this equipment needs to be brought in. What are the enabling? Is the country enabling? Are there policies that make it easy for you to bring equipment from Obodo Ibo come here to come help people? Tell us a little about that.
With respect to that, government is trying their best, but we still plead that they should still do more in that area. In short, government can make eye care far, far more affordable, accessible, and available to the people by way of doing policies. Government, the executive, the National Assembly have their own role to also play to make laws that will ensure eye care to be the aim thing. Government can help. Most of the cost of eye care vary from the drugs that the patients are using. And most of these drugs, actually, they are packaged abroad. And when you are not talking of abroad, you're talking of Forex.
Big money.
And when all these drugs also comes in, they will pay all sorts of fees, port fees, customs, all those stuff. And the equipment, we don't manufacture most of this equipment here. We import, and they also pay charges. So you can now see an investor coming into that kind of business, what it will prorate to the final cost. Since government can do local content in oil and gas, in automobile, they should also encourage local content in health sector, apart from even health sector. They should see to it that those that are the pharmaceutical companies, they should help them with Forex at government rates. They should give them tax holidays. They should help them to get even the big players in all these medical equipments that are sent to encourage them to open plants in Nigeria. Which they can assemble those plants. It creates jobs for the youths, and we can get all those equipment at affordable prices. Government can also help in see today that there are some centers that can actually train an eye surgeon to the maximum capacity. They should encourage such centers and even create more such centers. From the statistics, it has shown that we're only about 600 eye surgeons to almost 200 million population.
Wow, that's a lot. It's like a drop in the ocean.
So they should also encourage in training. More training schools, more institutions, tertiary institutions should be made available. Apart from government, the corporate organization should also come into this sector. They are welcome to invest, to partner with some of the public or existing structures and see to it that they can finance in the area of training, in the area of supplies of equipment, even manufacturing. And if we do all these things on ground in our Obodo, Nigeria, this eye care will be cheap, things will be available, we have more specialists, we have more centers that people can have access to.
All right, I'm going to ask them, but before I even ask you about your site rescue initiative and what you're all about, now they say glaucoma are the commonest cause of blindness when it comes to any eye disease, even nationwide and even for Nigeria. Now, according to Dr. Onokoya, Income Outside Talk say 70 million people they suffer from worldwide, and they say research don't show that by the year 2020, sufferers go increase to 80 million, and blindness level will also increase by the year 2020. Now, this is 2017. We're 3 years away from that year, from that target. Yeah. Which kind of lifestyle we fit to do now to reduce that kind of situation, to reduce that 80 million people statistics where fit they affected by 2020?
One, as an individual, ensure that you get your eyes checked up in a proper eye hospital that has an ophthalmologist and a optometrist that will check your vision, check your pressures, examine the various parts of the eye, look at the back of the eyes. Two, as a family, we should also see to it that we take our kids for routine checkups, maybe once in a year or every other year, that they get their eyes checked. Then three, like you mentioned, glaucoma. Glaucoma is the leading cause of irreversible blindness in this country and the second leading cause of blindness. Glaucoma we call it a silent thief of sight because it doesn't show any symptoms when it starts. Somebody that can read, can see, can drive may have glaucoma and wouldn't know. Most of the early cases are discovered incidentally. Maybe they present in the eye hospital as a result of something else. And only from the findings, we find out that they have glaucoma. And the major risk factor of glaucoma is when the pressures are high. But even in the absence of elevated intraocular pressure, people still develop glaucoma. Other factors we look out for is their family history. Then it's commoner among we blacks more than the whites. About 8 to 10 times commoner. People that are short-sighted too also
Okay, I'm going to need to come in here because I just want to quickly ask you, waiting the site rescue initiative they're all about very quickly. Yeah. What's the site rescue initiative?
Site rescue initiative.
And I get any project when you come up?
The conglomerate of eye ophthalmologists and optometrists and the friends of visions that goes into the community, schools, do routine screening, and when they discover individuals or children with that are visually impaired, they refer them appropriately to where they can have access care. And it's a kind of an advocacy and awareness eye care initiative.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Very interesting time that we get with Dr. Akinfe. Thank you so much for the great insight you don't bring to us. We'll say from time to time, we'll consult you so that our people could get more education. All right, so we're going to need to go a small break. We need to enter inside our newsroom and we bring you news.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.